You know, I like being on the CX, and driving's good, and visiting different places is good, but doing your books at the end of the month and trying to balance everything and work out who's paid what, oh, that's not good. I don't like it at all. Now, if I've done this right, this is going to be my first attempt at editing a video. So hopefully, at the beginning, you've had a bit of chat from me, the logo, and now just back to boring me. Okay. Anyway, I'll see how it pans out. I'll be watching it first before I release it anyway, so it should be okay. So this is the end of the month, and it's time that I did my books, and also I've now arranged with my accountant that I'm going to get paid by my company. I've had quite a significant amount of invoices paid, quite a few early as well, and as of yet, none are overdue. So that's that surprises me actually. So all the time that I've been working on the CX, every invoice that's been generated, I've sent to my accountant. So he's been keeping track of how much I've been spending, obviously the main expense being fuel, and how much I'm potentially got coming in, i.e. the invoices. And with him, and we've worked out that I can now give myself a wage, and I'm going to pay myself monthly, and it's not going to be a massive wage, but essentially I'm paying myself £500 a week, which I will be paying tax on, of course, and I'll be paying national insurance contributions towards that. Unfortunately, because of my previous job, I've actually reached my tax allowance, so I do have to pay tax. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. So I've actually got my first pay slip that the accountant sent me through, and I paid the money into my bank, and I sent the money, well, I put it in my reserve account for the time being, but I've got to pay it by the 12th of August, the NI contributions and the tax. So everything is now going to plan. I could probably afford to pay myself more, but I don't want to. I just decided to pay myself that amount because that meets all my bills, give me some spending money, and sees me right. And then the rest of the money will go on the company. I have been generating enough to pay me more than that, but I'm going to play it cautious and take it easy for the time being. But the one thing I don't enjoy is this reconciling all these bloody invoices and sending off the postal ones. That's the one bad thing about this job is the admin. I do it all myself. My wife prints me out invoices and things like that. But then, you know, you're forever getting stamps and they go, God, this bill needs an invoice post, and they're okay through the CX. And then I'm writing on the site. I keep a book every day of what goes in and goes out. And in that book, I record the jobs I've done, how much it was, how many days the invoice is due payable in, the job number I've allocated to it. It's a pretty simple system. Every job that's done through the CX gets a number. So I'm now up to number CX67. And that's what I number the invoices as well. And you're hoping that when they send the money through to your bank that they actually put that reference number on, but not everybody does. Some do, and it just makes it a whole lot easier. And some just send a chunk of money, which is most welcome, but then you've got to work out exactly what it's for yourself. So Speedy Freight, who I did quite a few jobs for, they sent me like 1,100 and something pounds through. Oh, excuse me. And I had to go through all my ones in June and make sure they added up to 1,100 and something pounds, which they did, it tallied. So then I got my little stamp, stamped my book to say that they're all paid, and then sent all my feedbacks and everything like that. So it's a bit of a drawn out process really. And it's the one bad thing that I don't like doing. But if you don't keep on top of it, if you don't it'll just drag you down. You'll just lose touch of where everything is. So it's important that you do it. So that's what it is. So I finished off my week, and the last video I said I was camping out, and I did my little job to Newcastle, and then from that I got myself a job to what's it called, that bloody coastal town, Scarborough. So I woke up in the morning on the west coast looking at the Irish Sea, because I tramped out in Workington, and I finished up on the east coast over on the North Sea. So I'm sure somebody's already given the moniker, but I was considering renaming the firm Coast to Coast, but I'd be surprised if someone hasn't already got that. And then I picked up a little job, get me part of the way home as well, so it was a good day. And then Friday, which was obviously today, I had a bit of it wasn't a ball ache, but I didn't look on the feed in the evening to find a job. And I was a bit tired, because although I did sleep okay, it wasn't the best sleep, because it's the first one I've had in the van. And I was a bit wary as to what happened last time. And then I could hear seagulls walking on the roof of the van at night, which was a bit alarming. So I slept in a bit today, I will confess. And I didn't actually look on the feed until sort of like after 9 o'clock. So by the time I got a job, it wasn't as early. And I got a job from Rochdale, so it wasn't far from me. And it was going to Gateshead, the northeast again, which I love the drive up there because the roads are great. When I got there, it was a 2-van job, and there was another guy there from a firm called Direct Same Day, and I've seen their vans knocking about around Nottingham as well. And he was an employed driver, so this Direct Same Day crowd, they have their own work, but then if they haven't got anything around, they'll keep the drivers occupied by getting work off the CX as well. And I'm assuming that they post work on the CX too if they're busy. I suppose it makes sense. So me and him loaded up, but he decided he was going to get some breakfast first before he drove up there, so I left him to it. I got up there, and when I got there, the company to whom I was delivering was closed. It was shut. They closed at 12:30 on a Friday. There was only a security guard there, and I had 4 Euro pallets on the van. And then I'm thinking, oh, bloody, what are we going to do now? And no, it wouldn't have been a panic, because I thought, well, I'll have to take them back, and they'll have to pay me to take them back. But I knew for a fact that the company who I picked them up from, they closed at 3, so I wouldn't make it back. I thought, I'd have to take them home, keep them on the van, take them back up Monday morning. I'll make £1 million, because I'd obviously charge them for going home, I'd charge them for storage, and I'd charge them for the journey back up. However, the trouble is, I've got a job booked in for Saturday. It's not on the CX, it's off somebody else. It's through the other one I mentioned. You know what, I've completely forgot what they're called now. But anyway, that's not important. And it's going to London, and I need the van empty. So I rang them, told them the situation. And what they did, it's quite good actually. They rang a local shipper who's got storage facilities. And I took, and it was in Seaham, not too far away. I took the pallets to them. They took them off me, and they're going to deliver them on Monday morning. And they paid me extra, obviously, to take it to them and for a bit of waiting time. So that was good. All right, so that job up to Newcastle, which wasn't a bad job, paying job, turned into a better paying job because I had some waiting time and then a journey to Seaham. And then there was nothing coming to Manchester for the way back. I thought, well, I won't hang around. I'll go down the A19. And I actually picked up a job in Wetherby. I'll go into Manchester. And it had been on for quite a while. It was a small van job. I bid for it at big van rates. And they gave it me because I think they just wanted to clear it. And that went to Barton Airport. Well, if you call it an airport, it's a bit of grass with a couple of Cessnas on it, really. And it was just some bits of steel and some checker plates that, like you see on Land Rovers. So I think someone's doing up a car. Anyway, I dropped it off and got it signed for. Got home in good time, so not a late finish. Home for about 5. Lovely. Filled the van up and I washed it. and all ready for this job tomorrow morning. So my books are up to date. I've been paid by myself. Taxman's been paid, or he will be when I send the money. And I've also had my credit card bill through for the fuel that I've used. And it was frighteningly high. It was about £1,300. But that's the nature of the beast, isn't it? You know, you need the vehicle you need fuel. It's by far my biggest outgoing. I don't use a fuel card. I was going to get one, but then I decided that the saving wasn't worth the inconvenience. One, they wanted to charge me for the card anyway, you know, pay a fee for having the card. And two, you're restricted to what garages you can use. So if you've got a job and you're getting a bit low on fuel, then you've got to go and find a garage that takes that card. You might have to go out your way to do it. It's inconvenience. You're probably wasting fuel finding the right garage. I just elected that I was just going to use the company credit card only and solely for fuel. And that's what I do, and it works fine for me. You might say, oh, you're going to save 5 pence a litre or whatever. I just think the extra that I might pay it's not a lot. And it's convenience for me. I can fill up wherever I want. I'm going to go hunting for a garage. I mean, obviously, I keep an eye out on the fuel prices, and they are coming down a touch at the moment. So that's fine. But it's just convenient. I don't want them either. So what I do is, when I buy fuel just on the credit card, when the statement comes through, I'll settle it. Now, I sent a copy of the statement to the accountant, who said, don't pay it 3 days before it's due. Always keep your cash flow in your bank until the last minute. So I won't pay any interest, because obviously I'll settle that bill this month, and then I'll just settle it every month. So there'll be no interest to pay. But the worry wart in me thinks, oh, should I pay it now? But I've still got another 3 weeks. So that means that, you know, potentially if you start at the beginning of the month buying the fuel, you've almost got like 7-8 weeks of free credit on your fuel, haven't you? Which keeps your cash flow going whilst you're waiting for the invoices to come in. So that's worked that way. So the business is now starting to pay for itself. And the figures, the accountant's quite pleased with them. Like I said, I could pay myself more, but I'm not going to. That's enough to see me. It gives me all my personal bills, gives me some spending money, so I'm going to play out on a Saturday night. And that'll do, because everything else, I want to make sure that the business works all right. So that's it for my video. There may be, if I can work out on the editing, a little thing at the end as well. But as usual, if you can like it, subscribe it and share it, then that will bring my numbers up. And Neil Neptune brags endlessly about his numbers compared to mine, which I think is a bit unfair, considering I have plugged his channel many times and got him extra subscribers. And when he put a link to my channel, he spelt the name wrong, which I felt he did deliberately, so people can't actually subscribe to it. So if you could subscribe to it and share it, and cancel any subscriptions you may have to Neptune Couriers, that would be good. Thank you very much. I'm only joking about that bit, by the way. It's just nutting if he thinks he's losing subscribers. So I hope this little accounting video helps you. If you need any more information about how I use my accountant, message me, because there's loads of things I always forget to say. And once again, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you, as Peter the Courier says, take money. And we're all doing well. You take care.